Hi students, welcome to the next session of crime scene reconstruction. So I hope you all understood the previous class, that is crime scene reconstruction, its definition, its importance and its nature. So with that hope, I'm moving to the next class, that is objectivity. So it's common to all human beings that we all look into things in a prejudiced way, like mm there should be some biases or some expectations or some prejudices for all kind of things what human beings are looking forward. So the thing is that with that prejudice or with that bias, if we are doing a criminal investigation, that will goes wrong. So for that only, if you are an investigating officer, we should like keep away all those biases and all those expectations. So in the crime scene reconstruction also, it's an investigating method, right? So the thing is that in that investigation method, we should not keep these bias and prejudices or expectations. For that, we should keep in mind of some objectivity. So we'll check what is that objectivity and what we can do for like moving away these kind of keeping away these kind of like prejudices and biases. So, objectivity. Objectivity means it is one of the most important feature of logical and systematic inquiry. Like for doing a systematic inquiry, uh, we should keep this objectivity. Objectivity means a manner of professional detachment practiced by individuals to avoid letting personal beliefs or biases that affect the conclusion reached through some observation. So I told earlier that the investigating officer will be having great experience in doing this crime scene investigation and this crime scene reconstruction and all those things, this investigation method. So the thing is that with that experience, maybe they will keep some biases or they keep some beliefs that if this is the scenario, this is the conclusion. Like for example, if we can say like in a robbery case, the window is opened or window is broken, like that the investigating officer will tell that the thief must have entered through this window. So maybe this is not the end, like the way of his entry. Maybe another entry will be there, another mode of operation he did, but with his experience he will, in a prejudiced way, he will think that he entered through the window. So this will make the investigation some this will lead the investigation in a wrong way. So this kind of biases or like personal beliefs, the investigating officer should keep away. So that is objectivity. So it is a manner of professional detachment, like he should not see the things in a prejudiced way, the investigating officer. That is called objectivity. And these expectations or biases can have a negative effect on the process of reconstruction by leading to the incorrect analysis or interpretation of the information provided by the evidence. So as I told earlier, these kind of expectations and biases will like lead to an incorrect analysis, and it will lead to a wrong investigation. So they have to keep this away. All data and evidences must be continually re-evaluated throughout the process of the crime scene reconstruction. That is like anyway, first only they got some kind of conclusions, but after that also they have to check again and again, like whether it is correct or not. So they have to continually reevaluate the things before like through the whole process of crime scene reconstruction, they have to check whether it is correct or not. So it is wise to have several individuals analyze the evidence and present independent interpretation. Maybe if only one person is investigating that case, that he will think only in one way only, like his thought is in this direction, maybe in one direction only. But if there are two or three other investigating officer to assist him or to lead him, like they will also think in their way. Like every individual has their own thoughts, so I will think in some other way and you people will think in another way. So the thing is that if so many people are there to investigate, not so many, like if a group of people is there for to investigate a case, they all think in different uh, way, so they will get all the ideas, and their viewpoint will be different. So all these ideas will help to lead a investigation in a better way. The investigators should approach each case free of previous theories or expectations. Like before the same thing happens, so like before experience they will relate to the present experience, so previous experience they will relate to the present experience, so that will also lead to a like in a wrong way, wrong investigation, like a wrong path of investigation. So that they have to keep these all this aside, and they have to think freshly, like this is a new case, so we have to start new. So that thing we should be always in their mind while reconstructing a crime scene. Then crime scene reconstruction personnel should never try to prove any theory or hypothesis. First of all, if there is already a theory, they should not like prove this theory. They have to create a new one. From first they have to create a new one, and they have to formulate a new theory regarding this crime scene. So then they should use the process of deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, and falsifiability to create a logical reconstruction of crime scene events. So there are three things mainly, like deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, and falsifiability. So these three things they have to keep in mind while reconstructing a case. So what I told is that objectivity is the one of the most important feature of a feature while investigating or while reconstructing a crime scene. And objectivity means professional detachment practiced by the investigating officer or the like individuals who is investigating the case to avoid these kind of biases and expectation. Why? Because biases and expectation will negatively affect on the process of reconstruction and the investigating a crime. Then all the data should be continually re-evaluated through the process of crime scene, and it is better that two or more individuals together do a investigation, because they will get so many ideas, because one person will think different from the another person. So these are the things they have to keep in mind while doing a crime scene reconstruction. And there are three things they should use, like deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning and falsifiability. So let's see what is these three things. So deductive reasoning is a process of drawing conclusion based on non-facts or premises. Like they know that like we have some non-facts and ideas. So from that non-facts we are taking these conclusions, and we are drawing the new conclusions. Like for example, we can say that if we are finding a fingerprint on a table, if we are finding a fingerprint on a table, we all know that it's known that if we touch on some surface, they like in Locke's principle, every contact leaves a trace. So if we are touching on the surface of a table, the fingerprint will transfer to the table. It's a non-fact. And if we are seeing, if the investigating officer is seeing a fingerprint on the table, he can easily tell that the victim had touched the table. So this is called deductive reasoning. Or if he is seeing a footprint on a particular crime scene, he can tell that somebody has gone through this place. So this is called deductive reasoning. From the non-fact, they are drawing some conclusions. Inductive reasoning. Next one is inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is process of drawing a conclusion from premises one does not know are correct. Like they don't know what is correct or this is right or this is wrong, but from some that premises they are drawing some conclusions. Like maybe they will think like that, if it is like that, okay, this will happen like that. It's not known, but they are drawing conclusions. For example, we can say that if in a crime scene the person is seeing, the individual is seeing the victim is lying there in a pool of blood. So the investigating officer will immediately think that, okay, the crime occurred here only and this victim died here only, that's why around his body, around his dead body, pool of blood is there. But maybe it is, we can't tell that if a pool of blood, if a person is lying near a pool of blood, like he died there only, we can't tell like that. Why? Because if the culprit is too intelligent, what he will do is that he will take some same blood group or something like that and he will pour near the body of that victim. Maybe he transferred the dead body of the victim from some other place, and along with that he brought some maybe he brought some same blood group and he poured there, if he is that intelligent. So this can happen. So this is inductive reasoning. Like it's a process of drawing a conclusion from the premises one does not know are correct, but they will think that this may be the this is the conclusion, like that. That is inductive reasoning. So this process leads to a conclusion that is probable but not definitive. But like we can't tell that this is definite conclusion. We can't tell like that. Maybe like that probability of happening this thing is there. So that is inductive reasoning. So one must be careful using conclusions drawn from inductive reasoning and never confuse them with conclusions drawn from deductive reasoning. So while making conclusions using inductive reasoning, they should be very careful, because there is a chance to be the things goes wrong. So that is inductive reasoning. And next one is falsifiability. Falsifiability means the ability of a theory to be disproved by being tested against known information. Known means KNOWN, known information. That is to avoid causing a self-fulfilling prophecy. Investigators should test the falsifiability of the theory. Like sometimes the investigator will think that this is the this is the earlier theory, so like this only it will happen. So that is falsifiability. So the falsifiability means the theory, we can disprove the theory, earlier theory we can disprove and we can make one new theory. That is called falsifiability. So a crime scene reconstruction theory must be supported by all interpreted evidence or it cannot be accepted. So like if all the evidence is not like fulfilling the thing, they can reject the theory. Like if they form after reconstruction, they form a theory, and maybe if they are not matching with some of the links, they can easily disprove the theory. So that is called, that ability is called falsifiability. And these are the three things, deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, and falsifiability. In this deductive reasoning, we are making conclusion from the known facts. Inductive reasoning, we are making conclusion from unknown facts. And like falsifiability, it is the ability to disprove a theory. So while reconstructing a crime scene, one should keep the objectivity. Like they have to move away from they have to keep away these biases and all the like personal beliefs and prejudices. So that's it. Next thing we'll continue in next class. Thank you.